This is 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing again. Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another 1st down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Good. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
22-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Their own 40-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start again.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Greg Stroman on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 48,
They go play action now. Haskins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
10 at the 23-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back. 58's the money. 58's the money. Get us. Get him.
Now Haskins on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
14, Ravens 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it, but if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire, and they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, it's Ingram. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Jackson.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Take it at the 37. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 20. 10, 5, and this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. He'll be ridden out of bounds. Didn't even come close to sniffing the end zone.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Watch the pass. Mike 48, Mike 48. Focus, defense, focus. Echo, echo. Check 48.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson forced out to his left. And going deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
The 7-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Greg Stroman on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Back to the air, Haskins after the pick 6. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's complete.
Terry McLaurin.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack.
48 mark. 48 mark. He can't hang. He's in second. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48.
Operating from the gun. Haskins under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's more on the return. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. That he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go again with McKesson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on the play. Makes it
3rd and 2, now Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington. It has retaken the lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
The line of scrimmage.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It brings up 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. .21 yards. Well done on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
46-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. Oh, and now some space to operate.
That's right, baby.
Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Chris Moore on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
1st down, Ravens.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
13-yard line.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Right there, 54, right there, 54. Let's go,
Jackson from the shotgun. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Haskins, a quick throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. From the gun, Haskins slings this deep for McLaurin. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. Past the 20. 10.
This is
touchdown, Washington.
Jeremy Sprinkle.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. You're right there with me.
And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Jackson will throw again. Buying time to it, and it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
That one good for 10 yards. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. They'll run on 1st down. It's Love. And he's free going down the left side.
All you got to do is look at Love.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, 69 yards. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak.
at
Come
maximum.
on. You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3 times. There
Filet,
you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Down back at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 15 now, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Forward out. 48 mark. 48 mark. Set the toes, defense.
They'll start the drive with Love here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Patrick Queen.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
On the play. 2nd and
Throwing on 2nd down. Haskins. Flush to his right. breaks a tackle. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Washington.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Kevin Pierre-Louis on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did him no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Jackson's pass.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. To throw again is Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Eluding the pressure right. And it is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
31 yards there and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Matt Judon able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears